or the type of foundation around us, what kind of fault can happen in the building if the use or the purpose of the foundation is not fulfilled. The type of the foundation, broadly, we shall classify it in terms of shallow and deep foundation. To start with, we are going to learn about the use. So the use of foundation is mainly to safely sustain and transmit to the ground on which it rests the combined dead, imposed and which wind loads in such as manners not to cause any settlement or other movement in which would impair the stability of the building. So we have talked about the stability of the building. We all know that the building always rests on the ground, and the ground is made up of the soil. So let us see the subsoil movement. So what is subsoil movement? Subsoil movement are due primarily changes in volume when the subsoil becomes wet or dry and occurs near the upper surface of the soil. In fact, granular soils, we all know about the types of soil. So in engineering, the best soil or type of soil we do prefer is granular soil. In granular soils, such as gravel, suffer very little movement, whereas cohesive soil, such as clay, do suffer volume changes near to the upper surface. We During our introduction, we talked about what kind of faults might occur to the building if the foundation is not well done. So to the superficial structure, we mean walls or the partition walls, load bearing partition walls, all those type of walls will suffer cracks. The cracks will happen on the walls due to settlement of the soil. These cracks develop due to movement of the soil, as we have discussed above. What kind of materials are used in foundation? For concrete, we have the cement, sand, coarse aggregates, and coarse aggregates we have the cocoto as locally known. Then around our environment, we do come across the slab as part of the foundation. So this thing called slab, it is no longer slab from today, it is called a bed. From this lesson, at least you will have known that slab is called a bed in a structural language. So a bed is a concrete slab resting on and supported by the subsoil, usually forming the ground floor surface, sometimes called oversight concrete. So I have told you it is the slab as a local language, but engineering language it is the bed. Let's proceed. So we have the types of foundation. We had talked about the classification. So in classification of foundation, we have shallow foundation and deep foundation. What kind of this shallow foundation? So their types are in individual footing or isolated footing. And the second one we have combined footing. Third one we have a steep foundation, and fourth one which is the main type of this type of foundation of this class of foundation. We have raft or mud foundation. We shall discuss it. We shall discuss it. Then we have a deep foundation. Deep foundation we have pit foundation and drill shafts or cohesions. Let us now discuss about isolated footing or individual footing. You can see the pictures. It is just a simple foundation, and it is appropriate to fairly loose soils. It is the most common type of foundation used for building construction. This foundation is constructed a simple column and so-called a pad foundation. Combined footing is constructed when two or more foundation columns are close enough and their solid footings overlap each other. This combination of isolated footings but their structure design differs. So the picture is there, that's it. Then we have the footing or steep footings and wall footings. So in these footings, it is a more, you will likely find it in loam soil because it's more or less like shaft, but at least it is considered under, it is just a concrete placed in the trenches. So to define it, we have those bases in wider than a typical load-bearing walls foundation. The wider base of this foundation type spreads the weight from the building structure over a meter. Then you have shaft of or mud foundation. So in mud foundation is where we use it more appropriately where the soil is very loose and the building loads are more. So you will excavate the whole surface of the building. Then you do a oversight. That this oversight you reinforce it to suitably bear the load of the building. Yes, thank you for today's session. I'm Gilbert, and remember next week we shall discuss about the roofs.